lead cramps. And question of equals lead cramps can happen from low sodium. It's not the most common cause of lead cramps. Is low sodium is not a common cause, but it is possible for a person on a diet that's low in sodium, like recommended, like a Nutritarian diet is very low in sodium, and it's possible that some people can overdrink water because they're reading the internet or they're reading these other advisors that are telling them to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water a day, and some people are overdrinking water, flushing out too many electrolytes and too much sodium, become hyponatremic through the excessive use of water, and that could result in chronic fatigue or even cramps sometimes. When you're on a Nutritarian diet, what happens over time is your body gets better at holding on to sodium. So you're less likely to get cramps because your kidney is not excreting sodium, it's holding on to it. So now when you exercise a lot and you're running in a basketball game or you're running a marathon or a bike ride or a hard tennis match, you're not sweating out sodium because your urine is not, your sweat is not full of sodium. Your sweat is sodium free because your body is used to is experienced at holding on to sodium. When you're on a high sodium diet, your kidney becomes better at excreting the sodium over time, and your sweat becomes better at excreting the sodium over time. Your body adjusts. In other words, the narrow range of sodium in your body, around 140 to 145, has to be maintained whether you consume a huge amount of sodium or you consume a little amount. When you consume a huge amount, your body's busy excreting it all day long. When you consume a small amount, your body's holding on to it. So the sodium level is the same in your blood all the time. If you're on a very high sodium diet and you go to eating a Nutritarian diet or no added sodium in the diet, then temporarily you may feel a little fatigue because the kidney is still excreting a lot of all the extra sodium. But once you're on it long term, weeks and months, then your kidney, then that's going to go away. If you're on a low sodium diet or a Nutritarian diet, which is very low in sodium, and you go and eat at a Chinese restaurant with everything sort of extra heavily salted or something, you might be drinking water all night long and you'd be really puffing and feeling ill from the sodium, whereas a person used to all that salt is going to excrete it better. So temporarily there could be issues, but long term your body adapts to what you do. The adaptations your body makes to a high sodium diet over time leads to degenerative illnesses and chronic disease, and so the adaptations your body has to make to accommodate a high sodium diet damages your blood vessels, ages you prematurely, increases risk of autoimmune disease, increases risk of cancer, and overall leads to acceleration of the aging process. So you don't want your body to adapt to high sodium intake. So person getting lead cramps because of this, let's say because they're on a very low sodium diet, immediately, then they can gradually decrease the sodium content in their diet, allowing their kidney and their sweat to more gradually adjust to it if they're getting problems from if they're not used to that low sodium intake.